guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my review for Marriage Bootcamp Hip Hop Edition Season 16 Episode 3. I did do reviews for Episodes 1 and 2, so if you did not see those, please go check those out and I will put the link to my review for Episode 2 in my description box. So this episode starts with Michel'le apologizing to Ballistic because in the previous episode she had said that Stu was attracted to Jocelyn and that as soon as Judge Toller put the attention on Jocelyn and Ballistic, Stu immediately took his arm from around her and looked over into Jocelyn's direction. I thought it was dumb that she said that publicly like that. You could tell that Stu was embarrassed by her doing that. And she's always trying to push him away. It's like, why even be in a relationship with him if you feel like he wants to be with somebody else and you feel like he's not happy with you? It seems like she's very insecure about the age gap between her and Stu, even though he doesn't look that young to me, to be honest with you. And Michel'le is a good-looking woman. I don't know why she feels that way, probably because of previous relationships, but she shouldn't spew that on Stu unless he's really giving her a reason to think that he's interested in other women. Now, Ballistic didn't think anything of it. He doesn't believe that anything's going on between Stu and Jocelyn, which obviously it's not. It's just Michel'le's mind playing tricks on her, thinking that he's attracted to every other woman except for her. Now, she also goes to apologize to Stu. She said that she's sorry for pawning him off on other women, even though she doesn't feel like that's what she's doing. That's exactly what she's doing, and I honestly don't know if it's going to work out between the two of them because it seems like they're not even a match. They spend the least amount of time with each other than every other couple in the house, and they seem like they're not affectionate with one another at all. So before the episode fully started, they showed Bianca and Chose laying in bed together. She was asleep and he was awake. He was on his phone and he looked like he was trying hard not to wake Bianca up. He was really distracted by his phone though. I don't know what he was doing on it, probably talking to another woman since that's what she believes that he's always doing. And he goes downstairs to talk with the other people in the house, but he leaves one of his phones upstairs with Bianca and she gets woken up by the phone vibrating. She gets upset because she knows that it's another woman who's contacting Chose, and so she goes downstairs and she gives him his phone. She believes that he likes to keep other women in his back pocket in case things don't work out with Bianca, and that's wrong for him to do that. She says that she would never do something like that to him, and it is wrong for him to do that, and so I can understand why she was upset. You could clearly tell that she was visibly upset. Everybody could tell that she was. She probably needed some space, but Jocelyn woke up and she was saying hello to everybody and good morning to everybody. She said hello to Bianca and Bianca did not say anything back to her. I don't necessarily feel like Bianca was being rude. She knows that Bianca and Chose have had the most dramatic relationship in that house. She knew that they were arguing the night before. So for her to get that upset that Bianca did not say hi back was ridiculous to me, okay? Now, could Bianca have said hello to Jocelyn? Yes, okay, she could have. But you have to understand that people deal with their emotions differently. So Dr.Ish ends up pulling Bianca aside and she says that there's going to be no relationship between her and Chose at the end of the boot camp because she could already tell that it's not going anywhere. Now, she was saying that she has screenshots on her phone from him talking to other women and that he posts on his social media stuff that's disrespectful to their relationship, like being hugged up with white women on his social media accounts. She claims that she's not looking for this stuff, she just sees it. I believe that because you don't necessarily have to look when social media is there, okay? It's going to be all over the place. So I believe her when she says that, but I do think that she needs to stop focusing so much on Chose and focus on herself because it's stressing her out when she makes all her emotions that she feels for the day based on what's going on between her and Chose. She needs to stop doing that. And she said that she feels like Chose does not love her. So Jocelyn, being the petty person that she is, because she's pissed off because she said hello to Bianca and Bianca did not say hello back to her because she's not in the best mood because of what just happened with her and Chose. She did not say hello back to Jocelyn, and so Jocelyn's pissed off about that. She goes downstairs to all the other guests in the house, including Chose, and says that Bianca has bad energy and that she's a cancer to the house. I think that that's wrong for her to say that Bianca's a cancer to the house. Obviously, if you're in a very toxic situation like her and Chose are, and they argue every goddamn day, you have to know that that person is not going to be in a good mood. They're stuck in that house all goddamn day, can't leave and go anywhere. They're stuck in a room with one another every single night. And, that gets draining, especially with somebody who you're not on best terms with, okay? So Jocelyn knows this, and she's making it bigger than what it needs to be. And I felt like because Chose was there when Jocelyn said that she was a cancer to the house, I felt like he should have told Jocelyn that was wrong for her to say that, because he knows the reason why Bianca's upset. He knows that it has to do with another woman calling his phone. Mind you, the whole conversation between everybody in the house and Jocelyn was happening while Bianca was talking to Dr.Ish. She was telling Dr.Ish that she was pregnant by Chose a couple of times. One she lost and one she aborted. And she said that she had slipped into a depression during that time. And, Chose would come in and out of her life. And she didn't like that, because one minute it would be good between them, and then the next minute it would be completely bad. And so that hurts her. That's upsetting. And Dr.Ish lets her know that that's not a good situation to be in, which is not. I think they should have been broken up. I don't even know if there's anything they could possibly fix, to be honest with you. Not unless they can both decide not to do things to disrespect each other in that relationship, because it all comes down to lack of trust and disrespect for one another. Now, Jocelyn was saying to everyone that Bianca is insecure. And so I like that Adjoa stepped in and defended Bianca and told her that maybe she just needs to be embraced. She's going through a lot. I don't feel like you should add more to this girl's plate. It wasn't that serious, her not saying hi to her. And I just love that Adjoa came up and she said that. And Jocelyn was trying to make it seem like, well, how much more can we embrace her? Well, if you don't like Bianca and you don't want to embrace her, that's fine. But don't go to everybody in the house trashing this girl to try to sway everybody else's opinion about her just because you have an issue with her, okay? So I like that Adjoa was not allowing Jocelyn to, trash talk Bianca while Bianca was not over there to defend herself, okay? So Styles P said the best that everyone can do for, Chose and Bianca is just be there as a support system. Don't judge their relationship. Just support them, because everybody's in that house for a reason. They all have their own problems, and I don't think that it's anyone's job to judge somebody else's relationship when they have their own shit to work out in their own relationships. Bianca ends up coming into the room where all the people in the house are talking, and she's pissed off because she feels like they should not be talking about her behind her back while she's not there to defend herself. And I agree. I don't think that she had to be as mad as she was, but I think it has a lot to do with the fact that she feels like everyone in the house thinks that Chose is innocent and she's the big bad wolf in the relationship. And so she makes it clear that if they have anything to say to her, they should say it directly to her, not behind her back where she's not there. Now, he says that he has 2 phones, all right? Because it's coming out because she calls him out in front of everybody about the girl calling his phone this morning. And he claims that he got 2 phones. What he needs 2 phones for, I don't understand. And he said that he had left one in the room with Bianca, and the person who called, it was a heart as the contact, okay? And so Bianca knows that the person who was calling was a girl that she had went and beat up, okay? This was a girl that she took a $200 Uber to just to go fight because Chose was messing with this girl, which I don't think she should have done that. I don't think she should be fighting over him because clearly he's disrespecting that relationship. She should not be fighting over him. And I just feel like they're both toxic for each other, to be honest with you. And so she asked who it was, but he says that she doesn't need to know. When she asked him who it was that called, see, that's where I would have got pissed off in a relationship with somebody, because you're not going to tell me that I don't need to know who's calling your phone. I do need to know, especially if there's a heart as the friggin' name of the contact. There should be nobody calling your phone with a heart as the contact name. Hell no. So I can understand why she was mad about that. Now, they start arguing, okay? And he says that the person he spoke to knows that he's in marriage boot camp and that he's honest with everybody that he talks to. But clearly you're not being honest with Bianca because you're not telling her about all these women you're talking to behind her back. Now, the others in the house start to believe that Chose is talking to other women behind Bianca's back because Bianca called them out in front of everybody because she honestly did not like that everybody was making it seem like he was the innocent one in the relationship. They both do things to contribute to that relationship being where it is, okay? So Jocelyn's still being salty about Bianca not saying hello to her in the morning. She sees Bianca walking past her and she says, bitch, I'm not talking to you anymore because when I said hi to you this morning, you didn't say hi to me. And obviously Bianca didn't like Jocelyn calling her a bitch, which that's the way that Jocelyn talks. So I honestly wouldn't have took offense to her saying bitch because I think that that's just the way that Jocelyn talks. But she was blowing it way out of proportion. It wasn't that serious. Bianca even let her know, look, it wasn't anything against you. I wasn't trying to be rude. I was upset this morning. I was going through something, and that's the reason why I didn't want to talk to anybody. And Jocelyn still seemed like she wasn't trying to hear it. And so Dr.Ish went in there and told Jocelyn that she needs to learn to respect the fact that Bianca was upset and maybe she needed her space, and that from now on, when Bianca's upset, maybe Jocelyn should just stay away from Bianca when she's not in a good mood. I feel like in order to eliminate the drama so it doesn't happen again, Bianca should let people know when she's not in a good mood. Tell them, look, I'm not in the mood today, so if I come off with bad energy or if I have a bad attitude, it's not directed at you. It's just that I'm upset and I'm going through something. That could eliminate a lot of friggin' drama that goes on. Now, Bianca starts crying and Ajua goes to comfort her, and I think that it's nice that Ajua comes off as like a big sister to Bianca, because I feel like she needs that support in the house from another female. So I think that it's good that, Ajua is like that for her. Now, Jocelyn goes up to Bianca while Ajua and Shani are trying to comfort Bianca and says that Bianca's hating on her because she's beautiful, basically implying that, Bianca's jealous of her. I think that it's great that Jocelyn has the confidence that she has, but she thinks that she looks better than everyone, and she thinks that everyone's jealous of her. Bianca has zero reasons to be jealous of Jocelyn. Bianca is a very good-looking woman. She's in shape. She's working hard to be as successful as she wants to be, and I don't think that that was right for Jocelyn to say something like that to her. And I love that Ajua and Shani step in and tell Jocelyn that she was wrong for saying that to Bianca, and that Bianca is absolutely not jealous of her. I love that Ajua and Shani came to Bianca's defense, because I honestly feel like Jocelyn's picking a fight with Bianca now, and I don't think that it's right. I think she's doing way too friggin' much. Now, Bianca cries and tells Jocelyn that she's going to be upset every day, and so she's warning her now that she's going to probably be in a bad mood every day, and she'll start saying hi to her first just so that Jocelyn doesn't feel no type of way about it. Now, Jocelyn starts crying, making it seem like her situation is worse than Bianca's, saying that Stevie J had tried to take her daughter from her, which she knew who Stevie was when she got with him. So, I mean, we don't really care about that. We don't know what was real and what wasn't, because it was taking place on, Love and Hip Hop. So we don't know what was staged and what wasn't staged. And I mean, I get that Jocelyn was going through some stuff, but you don't diminish what somebody else is going through just because you're going through something too. What you're going through is not worse than somebody else's, okay? Jocelyn was like telling Bianca that people are going through some real shit and she's making everything about her. And Dr.Ish quickly checks Jocelyn and lets her know that you can't diminish what somebody else is going through and try to say that one's worse than the other, because what somebody else is going through is their own struggle. Don't diminish it just because you feel like you're going through something more or you're above it, which is definitely true. And Jocelyn needed to hear that, because that wasn't fair for her to do that. And I like that Ajua, says that Jocelyn was wrong for that. And because of the fact that Ajua knows how Bianca's feeling, because her daughter had took her own life over a relationship that ended, and so she sees her daughter in Bianca, and so she gets really upset about that, and that's why she's being there for, Bianca the way that she is. And I love that she's doing that. And, Ajua gets really emotional because she's saying that she's really trying to help Bianca because she didn't get the chance to do the same for her daughter. And I like that Shani was there to support her. I like that it seems like there's a sisterhood between Shani, Ajua, and Bianca, and hopefully Jocelyn comes into it at some point and stops trying to make everything about herself, but we'll see if that ends up happening at all. So Jocelyn says in her interview that she feels like Bianca and Chosis are faking their relationship and that Bianca is only there to cause trouble. I don't understand why she's saying that Bianca is only there to cause trouble when Jocelyn has been the most dramatic and most attention-seeking person that has been on this season so far, and there's only been 3 episodes. So I'm confused by that, all right? Although Jocelyn is very good for reality TV, she knows how to be entertaining and she knows how to bring the drama, so I can definitely give her that. But I don't know why she thinks that Chosis and Bianca are faking their relationship. I don't believe that they're faking their relationship. If any couple in that house is faking their relationship, it would have to be Stu and Michel'le, because they're the only couple who barely spends any time together, and they act like they're not even in a relationship together. They act like they don't even really like each other too much. So if anybody's faking their relationship, I would have to say it's those two. Now, Dr.Ish calls them all downstairs to let them know that their next challenge is coming and that it's a pool party, okay? And he splits them up into two groups. The first group is Jocelyn, Chose, Ajua, Stu, and Shani, who will be a part of the pool party participating, which Ballistic tells Jocelyn that she needs to not wear a thong bathing suit. I don't know why he cares what type of bathing suit she wears. I don't think the bathing suit matters. I think it's her behavior that matters and how she acts at the pool party. Now, the other group is Bianca, Ballistic, Styles P, Michel'le, and CeeLo, who get to watch what happens, okay? Now, the first group does not know that the second group will be watching them and what they do at the pool party. So I was definitely interested to see how group one acted. It's funny because as soon as they got outside to that pool party, Jocelyn was already dancing and acting a damn fool. That was definitely her environment, and I think that, she was having a little bit too much fun, okay? Michel'le is always talking about the beautiful woman that's around, because the minute she saw what was happening at the party, all she could acknowledge was the fact that there were a lot of beautiful women who she felt like were Stu's type there, which is absolutely annoying. The two of them are getting on my goddamn nerves. Every single episode, all she does is talk about how he's attracted to other women, and that shit is aggravating the hell out of me, okay? Now, this is the needs and wants challenge, all right? They want to show you what happens when the person you're in a relationship has their needs met by somebody else. So that's what they're doing. Now, Jocelyn goes and talks and flirts with the man at the party, and you could already tell that Ballistic is getting annoyed because he already knew for a fact that Jocelyn was going to act up at the pool party. Who didn't know that Jocelyn was going to be extra, okay? Jocelyn is a very extra person. He knew what he was getting himself into when he got into the relationship with Jocelyn. Not excusing her behavior, but he definitely knew who he was getting in a relationship with. Now, Stu said that anyone there can be his type. He said that, and Michel'le heard it, and you can tell that she seems like she's a little bit bothered by it, but she's the one who's always pawning him off on other women, so she has to deal with what she created when it comes to Stu. Now, some guys flirting with Ajua, and Styles P was saying that he actually knows that Ajua is a good woman. She wasn't being inappropriate with those other men who were talking to her. She was just having conversations, which is what she was supposed to do. And that's how you know that she loves Styles P and she cares about her relationship. He was saying that he honestly felt guilty watching how good Ajua was at the pool party because he had a lot of infidelity in their relationship, and so he felt bad because he almost feels like he deserves her to retaliate on him, which I don't think he should say that he deserves her to retaliate on him. If that's not who she is, she's not going to do that. So I think that the two of them are going to make the most progress in this show. So Stu was having a good time flirting with all these other women. Michel'le says she knew that he was flirting because she could see every tooth in his mouth. I was like, yeah, he was kind of smiling really big during this whole pool party. He wasn't necessarily inappropriate, though. I mean, he wasn't touching anybody or anything like that. He was just laughing and enjoying himself. She was trying to say that it was wrong, the situation that, Dr.Ish and them put the couples through when it comes to this particular scene. But I don't think that it was, because I don't know how she could constantly pawn him off on other women all the time, and then when he's acting out what she constantly says that he needs to do because she knows that that's what he wants to do, she gets upset about it. They make no sense to me. I'm wondering if they're even actually a couple. Now, Shani is talking to a guy, and CeeLo said that he doesn't like it, but Shani was not being inappropriate at all. She was just having a conversation with this guy. She did not get out of line, and that shows that she respects her relationship with CeeLo, and that shows that she respects him because she did not want to embarrass him by any type of inappropriate behavior that may have been going on at the party. Now, Chose is having fun with all the other girls at the party. He's laughing, dancing, and having a good time, and Bianca was saying that she was unbothered. Nobody believed her because it seems like she's a jealous person because she gets up and she goes and fights. Like she said, she spent $200 to take an Uber to go fight a girl that he was messing with, but she said that she parties with him with a bunch of beautiful women. It's not about that. It's about when he's giving attention to one particular girl, and that's who he's spending all his time with. Then that's when she knows that something fishy is going on, and that's what she has an issue with. So the two of them have a lot of issues with each other. I don't know what's going to happen with the two of them. We're just going to have to keep watching for the rest of the season to see what goes on with the two of them. Now, Jocelyn, okay? Jocelyn starts twerking because one of the girls at the party was saying that she needed twerk lessons, and Jocelyn got on her hands and knees and bent over and started twerking, and Ballistic said that he didn't like that, and he felt like Jocelyn should have been setting an example. Now, I'm not excusing Jocelyn's behavior, But Ballistic knew who Jocelyn was before he got with her, and so it's almost like you knew who you were getting yourself into with her, so it's kind of hard for me to always have sympathy for him when it comes to Jocelyn's behavior, because he already knew prior to getting into a relationship with her how she was. Now, it starts to get inappropriate at the party when Jocelyn suggests that everybody go skinny dipping. Only some of the people, like one girl took her clothes off and jumped in the pool. Nobody else did. So, I mean, it didn't get too inappropriate, but Jocelyn fed a guy some fruit off of a shish kebab, okay? And that's when Ballistic lost it. He did not like that she fed another man. He felt like that was inappropriate, which it was inappropriate. I felt like Jocelyn was doing that on purpose. She showed that she doesn't know how to act around other men while she's in a relationship. And he gets pissed off, and he says that he's going to storm down there and, mess up the party, because she said to Chose that they need to keep what happened at the pool party a secret, and that everybody needs to not tell the others what went down, because they need to protect each other and not go back and tell things. And so Ballistic obviously had a problem with that. I don't understand why Jocelyn would do something like that, and I think she purposely said that to Chose because she doesn't like Bianca right now, so she feels like she wants to cause trouble between the two of them, more trouble than they already have with each other. Ballistic ends up storming down to this pool party, okay? He is pissed off. Jocelyn's acting like she doesn't understand why he's mad, even though I feel like she did it on purpose, because she knew already that he was going to find out the stuff that she was doing. I mean, she's not oblivious to what happens on Marriage Boot Camp, so I'm pretty sure she knew that he was watching somehow, or that he was going to find out what went down, and I feel like she wanted him to get in a jealous rage, because as you know, Jocelyn calls herself an entertainer. Jocelyn is definitely good for reality television. She knows exactly what to do to keep the show interesting, and so that's why they end up casting her for all these shows. So I think she knew exactly what she was doing. I don't think she was interested in that man that she was feeding. She claimed that she was only feeding him that stuff to get him out of her face. Ballistic is arguing with her because he feels like she has zero respect for him, and he doesn't like that, which she doesn't really have respect for him. She shows it all the time, especially the way that she speaks to him. But Dr.Ish was telling him that he knew exactly who he was getting into a relationship with, and that's true. He did know who he was getting into a relationship with, but that doesn't excuse her behavior. She does know that she's in a relationship. She's getting older. She knows that she needs to set an example for her daughter, and so she does need to make some type of adjustments, not even for her relationship with Ballistic, but for herself and for her daughter. So hopefully she gets to do that. The two of them start arguing because she goes up to the room with everybody else. Everybody's trying to counsel Ballistic and Jocelyn. Jocelyn starts crying, talking about she is going to try to respect him, and she knew that she disrespected him, so she apologized. She's really dramatic, got on the floor and started crying like she was going to kiss his feet, and he was telling her, no, don't do that, get up. I honestly feel like she was doing that for attention purposes. I'm sorry, guys, but a lot of the things that Jocelyn does, it seems like she does it for attention, so I really didn't take that scene seriously. I felt like she was doing it all completely for attention, because that's what she lives for, and that's what, Dr.Ish said, that Jocelyn doesn't need attention, doesn't want attention. She needs attention, okay? And she kind of is vocal about that. Like, she likes to get attention. So in this last scene, Dr.Ish and Judge Toller were letting everybody know what the challenge was all about, and how it was the wants and needs challenge, and that every person who was at the pool party who was a stranger were handpicked by them to meet the needs of the other cast members who were going to be participating in the pool party that their actual partner lacks. And so everybody kind of noticed that the people that they were talking to seemed like they were a really good match for them, and so now the whole thing is more understandable to the rest of the couples that were there. They understand why the challenge was done. And Styles P was talking about how he felt guilty watching Ajua because she behaved really well, and she's a really good woman, and he has hurt her in the past, but she loves him and she wants to still try to work things out with him. So hopefully the two of them are able to fix that. Basically, Shawnee was saying that she could tell that the guys were handpicked because they met all her needs that was lacking in her relationship with CeeLo. CeeLo acted like he understood, but he brought everything back to himself, which he usually does. It's not all about him, it's about him and her, and he kind of puts his needs before hers, and it's a relationship, so it has to go 50-50 with that. So hopefully he can work on that. He claims he understands, but then he kind of keeps doing the same thing that he's been doing that's caused issues in their relationship. So hopefully the two of them are able to communicate better after this. Now, Chose was saying that he would have acted the same way he acted at the pool party if Bianca was there. because Bianca would have been there partying with him. And Bianca once again had to reiterate that she wasn't jealous of him partying with other women. It's that if he gives more attention to one woman than everybody else, then she knows that something's going on between him and the other girl. And that's when she has an issue with that. The two of them are going to have to work something out, because I don't think it's working. And I mean, they keep on acting like they're a good match, but then they argue about everything. So we'll see what ends up happening with them the remainder of the season. Jocelyn got annoyed at Dr.Ish because she felt like she had already apologized to Ballistic for feeding that other guy. She claimed she was feeding him to get him out of her face. She said she already apologized for it, and she felt like that Dr.Ish was egging it on because he wanted the two of them to argue. He wanted to make it worse. I don't think that that's what he was trying to do. I think he had to explain to everybody what they did wrong at the party and make sure that he gave clarity to why the challenge was even happening. So I don't think that that's what he meant to do. But she knows how reality TV works. She knows that their job is to create more drama so that the show is interesting. So she knows how reality TV works. So I don't know why she was even acting like that. I feel like she was acting like that just because for dramatic purposes for the show. And at the end of this episode, Chose tells Bianca that he keeps a woman in his back pocket in case Bianca leaves him. And because he said that, she needs to make the decision on whether or not she wants to stay in the relationship with him, because now he is being honest and saying that to her. She needs to decide if that's something she wants, if he's not willing to change that. Shawnee ends up telling Stu that he treated the other woman at the event better than he treats Michel'le. And that is true. They act like they don't even like each other. He definitely gave a lot more attention to those other women. That's why I say I don't even know if the two of them are actually in a relationship. And the episode cut there. I thought this was a pretty good episode. I thought it was very entertaining. A lot happened. I had to write it down because I didn't want to forget anything. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for me. I appreciate it. Thank you to all my subscribers for the support. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos. I am getting closer and closer to reaching my goal every day. So I want to thank all my subscribers for that. I appreciate all of you. And until next time, I will see you guys in my next video.